The first round of the 2023 draft has ended, and it sure was a draft. And while shockingly no trades happened, there are still a lot of surprises from the results of the first round. Starting with the Ducks selecting Leo Carlsson second overall. I was pretty certain that Adam Fantilli would go number 2, as I'm sure many other people were. Instead, the Ducks go for Leo Carlsson and Adam Fantilli goes third overall to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now Carlsson is also projected to be an amazing NHL player, but him going second overall did kind of catch me off guard. Now the first real big shocker came at 5th overall. With the chance to select Matvei Michkov, the Montreal Canadiens instead selected David Reinbacher, who is one of the best defensive prospects in this draft class. But with Michkov still available, it is kind of a shocker that Montreal didn't take him. But Reinbacher is a tall right-shot defenseman, and I imagine he'll be NHL ready before Michkov comes over, and be one of their top defensemen going into the future. So there's room to rationalize this pick, but Arizona at number 6 went real off the board, selecting defenseman Dmitry Simashev, and he even looked surprised when his name was called out at 6th overall. I saw mock drafts projecting him to be a mid to late first round pick, if even a first round pick, so number 6 is definitely a shocker, considering the Coyotes also had the 12th overall pick, and he most likely would have been available there. This might just be the most puzzling pick of the draft, not only due to Michkov still being available, but even if they were hell-bent on a defenseman, Axel Sandin-Pellikka was still there. But then again, I'm not an NHL scout, so I don't know whatever they know. Only time will tell how these picks turn out, but that leaves the Philadelphia Flyers to select Matvei Michkov, undeniably one of the most talented players in the draft class, but they're going to have to wait a couple years for his KHL contract to expire, and who knows what the Flyers are going to look like 3 years from now. But once Michkov's able to join the team, he's going to be insane, and if he decides he doesn't want to play for the Flyers, you can get a pretty good haul for trading his rights. Next real shock of the draft was Arizona once again going off the board. At 12th overall, they select Daniil Boot, who in mock drafts I've seen was projected to be somewhere within the 20 range. And with people like Zach Benson and Matthew Wood still available, this is another puzzling pick from Arizona. Speaking of Zach Benson, he goes 13th overall to the Buffalo Sabres, and I think he can be one of the biggest steals of the draft. Him falling out of the top 10 is a pretty big surprise, but Zach Benson to the Sabres to play alongside guys like Jack Quinn, Owen Power, Dylan Cousins, and of course Tage Thompson, like I said, he could be an absolute steal. Matthew Wood goes number 15 to Nashville. Axel Sandin-Pellikka at 17th overall is a great pickup for Detroit. But the next real big shock of the draft was Gabriel Perreault falling all the way to 23 to the New York Rangers. He is kind of on the shorter side, so that's probably why so many teams passed up on him, but I feel like he probably should have gone somewhere in the mid-teens. He's a really solid pickup at 23rd overall. The last few surprising things about the draft to me are some of the people who fell out of the first round, such as Andrew Crystal or Riley Heidt, projected mainly to be mid to late first round picks and had really good seasons in the WHL, just completely fell out of the first round. Now again, like Perreault, they are kind of short, but that line of thinking has come back to bite teams, as we've seen with players like Braden Point going in the 3rd round, and even Cole Caulfield dropping to the 15th pick. Whichever teams get these players in the 2nd round are going to be pretty lucky to do so. And that wraps up all I have to say. I didn't go over every pick of the first round because I don't know anything about most of these players, but there were still many surprises in this draft. And hopefully in day 2 of the draft we see at least some trades go down. But with that, thanks for watching.